I could see a lot of people saying that this smells like a little old lady. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my top rose fragrances. Oh, I'm so excited. If you guys would like to see all my top picks, then please keep watching. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I put out new videos every week. I focus on lifestyle, fragrance, beauty, anything in between and everything in between. And I love talking about fragrance. Fragrance has quickly become my new favorite beauty item ever, and rose is my favorite scent note. That shocks me because before really heavily getting into fragrances and niche fragrances, I always equated rose with smelling like a little old lady. I know some people don't like me using the adjective old, but you all know what I'm talking about. I'm literally talking about a little old lady. And guess what? There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're in your 20s like I was, nobody wants to smell that mature. Now I say that I'm old myself, and some of these scents are definitely more mature leaning, but as I have matured, my palette has as well. So I'm so excited to share my top rose scents with you all. I have everything from light and pretty and airy scents to deep, sexy, sensual ones. So let's jump right in. I'm gonna start in no particular order, but this scent is definitely one of the top scents in my overall collection, and this is Louis Vuitton Attrape Rêve. This means dream catcher. This scent to me is a rose and chocolate gourmand dream. I mean, it is so deep, syrupy, sweet, and sexy. This is like date night. This is Valentine's Day. It always reminds me of Valentine's Day because the first year that I owned this, I wore it on Valentine's Day, and it's just so incredibly sweet and syrupy. I think it has notes like lychee and cacao, peony, possibly, and jasmine, but I get rose and chocolate. Just literally the scent of Valentine's Day. Very intoxicatingly sweet though. So if you aren't a fan of a sweet rose, you will not like this. Very strong, powerful, and lasts forever. Super, super sexy. And this is by Louis Vuitton. Love her. My next scent is probably one of a few designer scents in my collection that I'm going to share in this rose capsule. I know it seems like on YouTube, the further you get into your fragrance journey, once you find niche fragrances, that's all you like. Now, I will have to say that once you discover niche fragrances and maybe different scent notes and different intensities and depth, it kind of sets the bar a little higher. But I'm not a niche snob. I love a good designer scent, and the next scent is one of the best designer scents on the market, in my opinion. Mugler's Angel Nova. This is a fruity floral oud patchouli. So Angel is the original fragrance, which I love, which actually, fun fact, was my first fragrance that I ever received when I was in middle school. But Angel Nova is a summer sensation. It smells like a fruity floral, not so floral, but a fruity floral, fresh, deep scent. This just smells like vacation. It smells like going to the pool. I wear this when I sit at my pool because it's just so sexy and sweet. It has rose, patchouli, oud, raspberry. It is a deeper scent that's more complex, but still very pretty. Some people say this smells like Delina. I don't see that. It's a syrupy, sweet, fruity rose, and I just cannot get enough. A designer scent, but a stunner. Mugler scents are not typical of most designer houses though. What he did with his fragrances was just so unique, and this is definitely one of the favorites in my collection overall as well. And as we get nearer into the summer, I will definitely be pulling her out a lot. Okay, let's skip around a bit. My next scent is another sexy, seducing, yummy gourmand, and this is Montaus Intense Cafe or Intense Cafe. This is chocolate and coffee and vanilla and rose. This smells absolutely beautiful. Now, Montaus Intense Cafe is a lot like Mancera Roses Vanille and a lot like Tiziana Terenzi Deluxe, something like that. They all smell very, very similar. This is a coffee rose vanilla. It's so edible, it's so sexy, it's so sweet, it's long lasting. The rose mixed with the other notes is so sweet in this fragrance. It is intoxicating. I love this one. I don't have too many coffee scented fragrances. This is just so stunning. I like wearing this when it's cooler outside so it doesn't get too much use in the spring and summer months, but maybe I should try it out. This one is just so beautiful. If you love a coffee, a vanilla, and a rose, I think you would love this. Sweet, sexy, and perfection. My next scent is a very strikingly bold one. Once again, it is also one of the favorites in my collection overall, and this is Swiss Arabian's Shagaf Oud. This was a YouTube made me do it. One of my friends, Lorraine, if you're watching, hey girl, she introduced me to this scent, I believe, and I can't get enough. Shagaf Oud is praline, oud, rose, and saffron maybe. This is a sharp, very intense smoky oud with the subtlety of rose and praline. So it's sweet and smoky. This literally smells like you're in the Middle East on vacation. You're in a shisha lounge, which is like hookah, and you're just fabulous and it's hot outside and you're looking good and you're glowing. Like, this is just what I feel like. Very, very intense. Did I mention this is intense? Very, very, very intense. This scent lasts forever. It is unisex. I forgot to mention that. Every other scent that I've shared so far, besides the Intense Cafe, is a women's scent. But this is unisex. Whew, sexy, but it's a sharp note. The oud and the rose in here is very sharp. It's not super, super well blended, but it's not like screechingly sharp. Very overwhelmingly abundant in this, but I love it. This scent makes a statement for you and it's beautiful. One of the favorites in my collection for sure. Now, that scent reminds me of the next scent I'm going to share. This is Bond No. 9's Nomad, and I always have to give a shout out to my girl AI the Great. I will link her channel down below. She is the first person who I ever saw speak about this fragrance and she loved it, and I trust her enough to go buy fragrance with my own money. Feel like everything she loves, 98% of the time I'm gonna love it as well. And this reminds me a lot of Shagaf Oud. This is like the more well-rounded, smooth, well-blended version of Shagaf Oud. So where Shagaf Oud is smoky and intense, this is sweet and intense, but not smoky or sharp. It's rose, it's oud, there's some fruits in here. Very, very sexy and sweet and syrupy and long lasting, but not sharp. It's blended masterfully. This is like a unisex scent. All of Bond No. 9's scent are marketed to be unisex, but I think this leans a bit feminine because it's just like so sweet, but not like a fruity floral sweet. It's a rosy oud sweet. So maybe it's masculine leaning a little feminine, but I love it. But it definitely reminds me of Shagaf Oud. I don't know if I would repurchase the Bond No. 9 scent because it's so similar to this. My next scent is Chanel Misia. This is one of my more recent scents. Misia was Chanel's bestie, so this scent was created around her. And this smells like lipstick, but it has rose in it. It's a rose and iris scent. I think rose is a middle note. This is what you think of when you're in your 20s and somebody says rose. I could see a lot of people saying that this smells like a little old lady, but iris in it kind of peps it up. To me, this smells like lipstick. It smells like being backstage in a boudoir dressing room, powdering your décolletage and your nose. It's a very vintage scent. The rose is not in the forefront, but it is mixed in there very well, and it's not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. But I love it so much. It's a different type of scent. If you know iris, then you know that it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I love it. A beautiful rose scent. Okay, my next scent is one of the favorites in my collection, and this will always be in my collection. It is Parfums de Marly Delina Exclusive. Whew, this baby. Delina Exclusive is rose oud powder and like a sweet chocolate almost. Once again, if you're a little younger, you might think this smells like a little old lady because of the powdery note in it, but it's a more sexy, deep, robust version of Delina. Delina is like the pretty girl in her 20s and 30s and maybe 40s. Like, she's pretty, she's coy, fabulous. Delina Exclusive is the older sister. She doesn't play. She turns sex appeal up like 10 notches. She's very intense. This is a head turner. Men love this because unlike Delina, this is a little more sweet without that sharp rhubarb note. I believe rhubarb is still in here, but it's more on the back end of things. I get rose oud and powder. It's very powdery, sweet, and beautiful. It's still intense and very long lasting and a crowd pleaser, but it's not soft like Chanel Misia. It's intense and bold, kind of like Bond No. 9 Nomad. I mean, they smell totally different, but in that same vein, it just smells like a sexy grown woman. This is one of my favorites. I love wearing it at night. I don't wear it too much during the day because it's so intense, but this is a beautiful rose and a unique rose for sure. Okay, my next scent is Nina Ricci L'Extase Rose Absolute, and this is a discontinued scent, but you usually can still find it on the market. I will link it down below. This is a dupe for Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Oud Satin Mood, but more feminine leaning. Like a fruity rose that smells a little oudy. And oud is like a woody, intense kind of deep scent note. Oud is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. It can kind of smell like smoke. I love oud though. Now, I don't think oud is actually a note in here, but if you smelled Oud Satin Mood, that's what this smells like, just more feminine leaning. Now, Oud Satin Mood lasts way longer than this, but this has pretty good longevity for it to be like a $38 scent. I love wearing this in the summer and spring at night, or in the fall and winter anytime. This is beautiful. I think a man could wear this. It's not too feminine, but it is more feminine leaning than Oud Satin Mood. Until I get Oud Satin Mood, I love this one so much. And my last favorite rose is almost a lot like the last scent, but without the oud. Lancome's Trésor La Nuit. Once again, shout out to my girl AI the Great. She was the first person I saw to ever speak about this. And Trésor La Nuit is a jammy, fruity rose with vanilla and patchouli. So it reminds me a lot of the Nina Ricci, but this has a depthness and intensity of oud, and this has a fruity, floral, fresh nature to it. Like I said, I smell raspberry, vanilla, rose. It's sweet. It's so sweet and beautiful. This is something I only wear pretty much at night in whatever season, but I also love to wear it during the fall and winter during the day. It is classic with like a sweet, sexy edge. The Lancome Trésor line, I think, is very classic, but this is like classic with a little bit of sex appeal, so I do like it. It's a sexy rose without being masculine. This is a very feminine scent. These two are kind of similar in that they are fruity florals, but this is a lot more bright and this is deep and sexy. So I really love this Lancome one. I haven't used it too much just because I'm not a heavy sprayer and I don't tend to wear fragrance every day, but this, one of the best rose fragrances in my opinion. So guys, those are all the scents I have to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love rose so much, and I have so many more fragrances that feature a note of rose, but I wanted to bring to you guys my scents that have a prominent rose note, like scents that if you smell them, you automatically detect rose. Rose is a note that's often used in a lot of women's fragrances, but it doesn't stand out sometimes. But all these, if you love rose, you will love depending on which kind of category you tend to fall in. These are all some of my favorite scents overall. I don't think there is another scent in my collection or another note in my collection that I have so many fragrances of besides like patchouli and oud. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave down below your scents of the day. And also let me know what are some of your favorite rose scents, because though I have enough bottles, I'm always on the hunt. I love you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.